friends, welcome to Communication Skills for Everyone. In this video, let us learn the summary of Far Cry from Africa poem. So this is a Far Cry from Africa is a poem written by Derek Walcott, a Nobel Prize winning poet and playwright. He was born in 1930 in the West Indies, received the Nobel Prize in Literature 1992. The poem was published in his collection of poems in a Green Knight Poems 1948 and 1960. So let us look at the poem's summary. The poem was written in the context of the Mao upspring in Kenya, which occurred in the 1950s as the Kikuyu people rebelled against British colonial rule. Walcott, originally from the Caribbean, he uses this historical event as a backdrop to explore themes of identity, violence, and the complexities of colonialism. In the introduction, the poem begins with a vivid description of Africa and its landscapes. It acknowledges the beauty of the continent, portraying it as a place of raw and untamed natural beauty. So Walcott contrasts the picturesque imagery of Africa with the violence and turmoil that accompanied the Movo uprising. He presents a series of contrasting images highlighting the dichotomy between the serene landscapes and the brutal realities of war. And the poet reflects on his own mixed heritage as someone from the Caribbean with both African and European influences. He feels a sense of internal conflict torn between his African roots and the impact of European colonization. So the poem talks about the role of the poet in the times of political unrest. Walcott wrestles with the idea of whether poetry can effectively respond to the violence and chaos of the Movo uprising, or if it is a futile endeavor in the face of such profound social upheaval. Walcott critiques the impact of colonialism, addressing the legacy of violence left by European powers in Africa. He explores the notion that the violence in Africa is, in part, a consequence of the historical oppression imposed by colonial forces. The poem also talks about the complex ethnic and racial tensions within Africa, emphasizing the divisions and conflicts among different communities. Walcott considers the implications of these internal struggles and their connection to the broader history of colonization. Nature is personified as a silent witness to the events in Africa. The landscapes, with its natural beauty, stands in stark contrast to human violence and serves as a backdrop for the unfolding tragedy. The poem concludes with a somber reflection on the inability of poetry to provide a resolution to bring peace to the conflict. It leaves the reader with a sense of the unresolved tensions and the enduring impact of historical events. Far from Far Cry from Africa is a complex and layered poem that grapples with the poet's personal identity, the impact of colonialism, and the violent struggles for the independence in Africa. It also reflects on Walcott's engagement with historical and political themes while exploring the limitations of art in the face of profound social and political challenges. Thank you for watching. Subscribe Communication Skills for Everyone for more academic and educational videos.